Florida.
Again.
You guys, what do I always say is the number one rule at the Griffin Middle School in Tallahassee? What's the number one rule?
Don't bring a gun.
You don't talk about Fight Club. The teacher in Tallahassee, Florida, is accused of organizing a middle school fight club. Students were allowed to fight in the classroom as long as no one yelled and no one used their phone. Anyone want to take a wild guess how they got busted?
Someone yelled and used
Someone used their goddamn phone and taped one of the fights, and it got out. Like, parents saw it and everything. So the teacher's name was Angel Footman. So she's had, it wasn't even boys.
Wait. It was a girl?
Yes.
It was a lady teacher?
It was a lady teacher.
Oh,
was it a lady fight club?
And the fighters were 6th grade girls. So they would participate in 30-second. They would participate in 30-second fights, and the only rules were like no yelling, no cell phones, and you were not allowed to pull hair. Everything else, you know what I mean?
Slap and scratch and punch and
30 seconds, go for it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm for it.
Are there more vicious people in the world than 6th grade?
No,
I'm not sure that there are.
You know, especially girls, like, because they're tall at that point. You know, they're big, they're little.
Yeah.
And think back to the reason this is stupid is as stupid does is think back to when you were in 6th grade. If this was going on, like we all know the number one rule about Fight Club is you don't talk about Fight Club.
Sure.
But if you're a 12-year-old boy, all you're going to do is talk about Fight Club. You know what I mean? It's going to be pretty much the only thing you talk about.
Yeah. Especially if it's girl Fight Club.
Woo. Yes.
I will say this, though, guys, and I brought this up on the show before. This is something I found out in my travels, but in dog fighting, they'll never put a female dog versus a male dog because the female dog is so much more vicious. It'll rip it to shreds. Right.
Wow.
And I'll tell you this, like I've been to a million fights. Right, dude.
Dog fights?
No. I have never been to a dog fight, and I never will. It's not because I care. It's because I'm allergic to dogs and cats. So fuck off.
Ooh.
But no. When I've been to like MMA or boxing matches, the women fucking throw down, dude. I remember one of the greatest fights I ever saw. It was the police versus the firemen charity boxing match that they do. I was cornering for Frank Palumbo. And he was like the first fight he opened the night, right? So the next fight was these two women, and they were big, and they fucking went at it. And they were throwing hams like left and right, just ham steaks all over. And it was I'll tell you, they are vicious, cutthroat vicious. So man, I'll tell you, I mean, this teacher, I'll tell you this, though. I remember Chris DiStefano told a story when he was in high school and my dad, dude, like there was teachers like this all over the place back in the day where if two boys got into a fight, they were taken to the basement and they were given boxing gloves and they could go around, right? And that's how they settled it. And then it was done after that. You didn't bring it up. If she's doing something like that, I would love to see her success rate. You know what I mean? I would love to see it because that shit fucking works. Let him fucking throw. Let him get a black eye. No one's going to get killed. That's the one thing, too. They're 12. They can't do too much damage. Maybe you get a busted nose. Maybe you get a fat lip, a black eye. It's 30 seconds. Game over. That's it. You know? That's it. Like, I'll tell you, ain't nothing wrong with it.
It's pretty funny. It only lasted a couple of days before somebody ruined it, though.
Oh, dude.
I can't believe it lasted a couple.
Yeah. Yeah, it lasted 2 days, and then on the third day, they got, busted.
That's, hey, that's Fight Club for you.
That is Fight Club for you.
That's the Florida Fight Club, man. That's
Jesus
funny,
Christ.
but nice. All right, and that teacher's fired, I assume?
Yes, she's very fired.
Oh, yeah.
Set to be arraigned on May 4th. I'm sure she'll never teach again.
What's her name again? Angel what?
Her name is Angel Footman.
Angel Footman. Shout out, fan of the show, listener of the show. We will follow you and ask you to be on the show. Angel Footman, Tallahassee, Florida. Shout out, fan of the show, listener of the show.